as early as now, subukan na ata ng Bren Esports i-secure yung
Ayan
mga taps
na.
at mages.
The Yisan Shinban. Sabi ng Bren Esports, masyado kayong natutuwa. Although hindi na, sila ang first pick ngayon. I think they're gonna try to prioritize something similar to alam mo yun, to Matilda, pwede din. Pwede ka mag-priority sa Matilda. Other than that, you can still look for Yuzhong. Pwede kayo yung mag-Yuzhong kung sakali. Again, deny pick is gonna work very well laban dito sa Burmese schools, tingin ko.
And I think Burmese schools since nasa momentum na ata sila, baka subukan nga nila mag early to mid game, yung mabilis mag-snowball na lineup. So baka mag-Roger nga to sa first and second pick yung Burmese schools Kunin na nila kagad. Meanwhile sa Bren Esports, bukas Yuzhong, bukas Silvana, yun na nga, tank pick.
Tank pick nga, tank pick. Tama.
Para sa Bren.
And I don't mind this. This is something na karespeto na binandit siya kanina. So, kailangan nating isipin dito is yung setup na gagawin ng Burmese schools. Ano kaya ang playstyle? Nakuha pa rin ni D yung Yuzhong niya. And mukhang masaya ang Burmese schools doon, pero meron pa isa. And I don't think hindi nila kailangan madaliin yung Lunox. Kung gusto nilang medyo katulad nung kanina, ang ila-line up nila, more likely they're gonna go for something of a support role. Agawan mo ng Farsa if you wanna get ahead. Kung gusto mo i-deny yung Farsa sa Bren, kailangan i-pick mo din.
Pero Johead, ang kinuha, okay, so Tangkat Fighter kinuha dito ng Burmese schools. Ang tanong, Bren
Selena
Esports,
open.
kukunan ba? Selena open, Farsa open. Nakita natin ng Bren Esports na pag merong Yuzhong sa kabila, hindi sila natatakot na pumili ng Farsa. Usually, inisip ng mga tao pag may Yuzhong sa kabila, wag mag-Farsa Pero Bren, hindi sila takot.
Yeah, no fear at all. Bren Esports, labo-labo, secured pa rin nila ang kanilang offlane. There you go with a Farsa.
Sabi na nga.
Good prioritization mula sa Bren Esports. At Selena naman.
Nako po.
Ang bawi ng Burmese schools. Okay, sige, ito na yon.
Tatapat dito si Kid. So, pag sa pag-ikot nila, dapat mauna si Lasty dun sa mga shrubs para ma-activate kagad yung mga traps. And then, dun pasok si Few. Or dun makakapwesto si Few.
Yeah.
Pero definitely yung traps dito, ni Kid on that Selena, papahirapan konti pumuesto ulit dito si Few and si Lasty. Pero mas kaya konti.
Mas kaya, especially right now that they have more range. Ito na yung poke, yung kilite, yung tuhog-tuhog na sinasabi natin mula sa Bren Esports with the Silvana. On the other side, itong Burmese schools naman, kung kanina kulang sila sa crowd control, ngayon naman, yung first 3 picks nila, napakalupit ng crowd control na meron sila. Abyssal Arrow, Ejector, isa sa mga pinaka nakakatakot na crowd control skills dito sa larong to.
Burmese schools, nagbabana dito ng mga isang hero ni Carl TZ, tinanggal
Loyi.
yung Lancelot at saka yung Loyi. Kasi pwede pa naman
Possibility na mag-laner Farsa.
Pwede. Napakita din yun ng Bren Esports. So that's actually a good ban para sa Burmese schools. Ang Bren Esports naman, recognizing na ang isang Hayabusa mapapahirapan yung Farsa, tinanggal kagad nila. That's a good ban. So, terms for the Assassins actually, ang tanong dito sa Bren Esports, will they consider banning out the Link? Kasi pwede piliin dito ni Ace yun.
Yeah, we'll have to find out kasi Lunox pala ang target nila. Massive respect from Bren Esports sa mga picks ng Burmese schools.
Okay. So, mga bukas na carries pa, meron pa tayong mga Ling, Roger, and Claude.
Inunahan na. Inuubusan talaga ng carry itong si Carl TZ.
So, Ling ata at Harley. Okay.
Nakakalimutan niyo yata.
Okay, so
The magic damage lineup.
Nilabas na naman nila. Baka mag-boxer na naman to.
Makakasabi lang.
Baka ito yung exact same lineup nilabas nila laban sa tennis Yung
Aba?
Farsa, Silvana, Harley, Lapo-Lapo, tas yung Baksha.
Yung minamaximize nila yung reduced magic armor ng kalaban.
So,
ayan.
naman, yung Bren Esports naman yung early game lineup.
Aba.
Diba?
Tama ka dun. Although, mas mahirap ngayon dahil may mga traps na pwedeng mag-aantay sa inyo. May mga jawhead. May jawhead na umiikot-ikot na umaaligid na kailangan mong pag-ingatan. Pero they go for the wag-wag, the glass cannon. Patayan kung patayan, Bren Esports lineup.
Okay. So, Burmese schools. kaya nila pipiliin dito, most likely yung Cloud na yan magiging jungler eh. Kasi, unless ilagay sa gold lane, yung Cloud para tapatan yung 1-1 and then yung Burmese Ghouls magliling? Magro-Roger?
Oo.
Pwede. Pasok pa eh. Pasok pa sa lineup nila eh.
Pasok pa rin naman, actually. So, okay na sila sa support. I think, pwede pa rin laner. Malupit na laner on the sides. 1-1 sana. Ang ganda sana dito sa lineup din ng Burmese Schools, kung sakali. Pero,
Uy!
Digi!
Naku po!
Meron na silang Digi!
May kwago na pala sa
Naku po.
Myanmar!
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
May relo pala si
this,
Digi.
is this a Digi strat, Kuya Rockard?
Ba't ang dami yung relo ni Digi? May hawak na siya, meron pa siya sa likod. Ngayon ko lang napansin. Okay!
Ano, baka yan yung hindi
It's
natin
a-
nakikita sa
Oo,
in-game.
sa in-game, no? It's a Digi strat, mga kaibigan, dito! For Burmese Ghouls! Or ito ba yun? Or baka naman mas classic,
Digi strat.
mas classic na Digi naman siguro to. Tingin ko hindi pa palag yung Digi strat dito sa Bren eh. Tingin mo?
Hindi kasi at this point sanay na nga yung Bren Esports na Digi strat ginagamit sa kalaban para labanin sila pero nakaka-comeback pa sila eh.
Oo.
So this
Tingnan
could
natin.
be a Digi strat from Burmese Coast, or what if nilagay yung Digi sa side lane para tapatan yung lapu-lapu?
Titignan natin yon as we head into the game. Game 2 between Bren Esports at Burmese Schools. Huwag niyo kalimutan, 1-0 in favor of Burmese Schools so far. Kaya bang ibalik ng Philippine team? Let's go into the game.
Tingnan nyo sa Pilipinas, tatlo yung between natin. Actually, apat. Kasi 3 suns and 1 sun and a star. And 3 stars. Sa Myanmar, isa lang yung between nila. Mas
Here
madami
we
kami
go.
between. Pero yun na nga. Naku po, it looks like this is a Digi strat. With the
natin.
ages. Oh, with the pull yourself together.
Digi Aegis. Ano yun to? Hindi, support to.
Support lang, support
Usually
lang.
kasi retry yung mga Digi na yung super fit.
Support lang talaga.
Oh,
Okay.
most likely support to. Pero again, nothing is over till it's over. Kaya kailangan na pa rin bantayan talaga itong gagawin ng Burmese Ghouls. So far, laners, laning ang Jawhead. Nakastay sa lane. Yung Jawhead na to.
Tinapat sa 1-1 and Mukasaribo ang mapapaaga na pagbalik sa base. Pero maganda naman is na-push niya konti yung wave dito. And si Ruby Didi, pinapaano niya. Minamanage niya talaga yung wave niya. Nagla-last hit na lang siya.
Yeah, alam mo nakakatawa din sa mga ibang region natin, yung mga Jawhead ginagamit nila, jungler, ginagamit nilang XP laner, di ba? Ay gold laner 'yan. So, nakakatuwa din eh kasi lagi tayong support tank na na Jawhead eh. Kadalasan.
Oo.
So,
Konti na lang nakikita yung mga yung nag-high and dry.
Oo,
Na Jawhead na
grabe.
ganyan.
Bawas kung bawas sila ngayon. So si Lusty naman, nandito sa Silvana to. Napakagandang performance ni Lusty sa Silvana so far in this game, in this tournament. Kaya niyang ituloy-tuloy dito. Again, Game 3 ang hinahabol natin dito mga kaibigan.
Naku po, si Fio mahuli dito ng Abyssal Arrow. Pero makatakas naman
Purify.
siya. With the Purify as well. Actually, good, solid spell pick up para kay Fio na nag-pick up siya ng Purify dito. Daming crowd control din yung pwede ilabas ng Burmese Schools eh.
Tama, again, buy time. Para sa Bren Esports, they need to buy a lot of time para kay Rebo dito. So 1-1 na ito. And kailangan din lang bigyan ng oportunidad. Itong si Harley ni Carl TZ.
And so far, wala pa nag-disrupt sa mga junglers. Parang play safe yung dalawang teams na to eh. Even Burmese Ghouls, surprisingly, nung kanina sobrang aggressive nila, ngayon hindi. Pero si Flap TZ naman yung
Ayan
aggressive
na.
na person! First blood! Ang itlog ng Burmese Ghouls! Pero si T, habulin si Carl TZ! Nakaganti naman ang Burmese. So that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Pero si Pew pumasok dito, hinabol dito ni Kid. That's gonna be 2 kills para sa Burmese Ghouls. And sila na naman ang makakakuha ng unang pagawang sa laro.
Unang pagong, mapupunta sa Burmese Schools. 400 goal lead si Rebo. Matagal pa bago makapag-farm ng tuluyan dito sa top lane. Pero so far, 200 goal lang naman ang lamang ng Burmese Schools. Malaking bagay lang dito is nakuha nga nila yung turtle buff. So,
Mhm.
yun nga yun, kailangan nating i-weigh in, kailangan maging mas maingat ang Bren Esports
Yes.
paglalaban sila ngayon dahil hindi nila alam kung kailan biglang aasim itong Claude na to at
Oo.
biglaan na lang sila ma-burst down.
Surprisingly enough, gumagana ng konti yung Digipick na disrupt
Gumagana,
konti
no?
yung flow ni
Oo.
Lasty na hindi na nahirapan masyado si Lasty umikot at magbigay ng impormasyon. Pero yun talaga yung hinihintay ng nung alarm bombs niya na pumasok either si Lasty or si Flack TZ.
Yep, for sure. Again, arrows will be hitting Carl TZ. Medyo bumabagal ng konti ang pag-farm. Kailangan lang nilang mag-ingat sa mga galawan netong si Kid. Literal na nag-hunting sa mga bush.
Maglalagay lang siya ng trap para makita yung rotation dito ni Carl TZ. Meanwhile, si Dia magpapabalikata dito. Bisal araw
Flap?
is kinoconnect. Tingnan natin susubukan ng Burmese Schools. Huliin si Flap. Pero isang lapo-lapo yan with the regeneration. Nakahil naman siya.
Maganda naman ang sustain ng isang
Oo.
lapu-lapu pag ganitong punto ng laro. At magpo-post tayo sandalian lamang. Coming into this one, Bren Esports, pansin mo, lawang sila ng konti sa gold kahit na medyo napabigay nila yung turtle buff. That's a very good sign.
Very, very good sign. And strange enough, gumagana yung pinalabas dito ng Burmese Schools na despite them na medyo nakukulangan sa minion wave clear kasi laging umiikot dito si Maybe, na nasasaktuhan nila yung pag-rotate nila sa mid na hindi pa namamanage din nila yung mid lane wave nila eh.
Oo.
Kasi kung iniwan lang nila dun si Few, nako po, delikado yun sa Burmese Schools.
Yeah, ay napapersa nila si Few na gumalaw
Oo.
sa ibang lane. Hindi lang yung talagang maagang dayo. And gusto ko din yung pressure na ginagawa dito ng Burmese Schools. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously we want a Bren victory, pero I think they're doing a good job in controlling pa rin. Talagang hindi sila nagpapabully. Yung Harley ni Carl TZ, nag-online pa lang yan eh. Magpapainit pa yan, kumbaga sa makina. Muna di ba? Painit muna konti.
Oo, painitin mo.
Kaya okay lang yon yung mga nangyaring kay Carl TZ. Mamaya for sure babalik din yan. The thing here is how fast can Bren Esports get a lead? Kasi yung lineup nila, kailangan maaga pa lang may lead ka na.
Oo.
Kasi Forza, Harley, di ba? Bawas yan. Malakas ang bawas output, damage output ng mga ganito. Yung mga heroes na ganito, they need to utilize that. Can they get a lead ng maaga?
Oo. And it seems like Burmese Schools, alam din nila na hindi nila pwede pabilisan yung farm dito ng Bren Esports. Kasi, pinapahirapan din nila si Ribo dun sa top lane gamit ng 1-1 niya. Na si Ribo, of course, trabaho niya talaga is mag-farm muna. Wag siya masyado mapupunta sa mga delicate na sitwasyon. Delikadong sitwasyon. Pero yung Burmese Schools naman ginagawa nila, madalas sila dumadalaw doon na hindi naman sa matagalan, pero magki-clear ng wave o baka dalawa, din aalis. Tignan mo yung katulad ng ginagawa ni Diggy ngayon.
Exactly.
Mamaya, babalik na naman yan.
Nako po. Bumabadya sa top lane. Si Ribo. Waalangan. Although kita naman yan ng Bren Esports. Nag-aabang pa rin. And I think, ang gusto ko lang dito sa Bren Esports, meron silang late game insurance policy. May panglaban yan. Pag tumagal to, may 1-1. 1-1 got this.
Oo, pero kailangan na lang nila ipatawid yun. And Burmese Schools, seeing the...
Kita yata nila to
Oo, baka Carl TZ.
Nako, nag-reset.
Kaya mo yun, Carl.
Carl.
Okay. Nako yung purple buff. Pero Ruby,
Teka, si Ribo!
Si Ribo, munday ka na! Si Ribo dito, tignan natin kung papasok dito ang Burmese Schools, pero generated sila!
Ayun.
Here comes the feather, there's
Fadeaway.
a kill for Carl TZ. So tight na sila ngayon, pero nanakaw ni Ace dito yung turtle, and actually that's gonna be the blazing to it, pero wala masyadong damage, papasok na dito si Flap TZ.
Ayan na!
Bren Esports, the Burmese Dragon coming in, si D, hinahabol dito si Lasty, pero ngayon lamang ang Bren, pero grabe yung damage
Hindi na
ni
naman!
Si Few, takbo Ibon, ay lipat Ibon, tumatakbo na naman yung mga Ibon, pero Flap TZ, kailangan na din mag-back para si Carl TZ, susubukan niya, huliin dito si Maybe, yung Abyssal Arrow, tama ba? Hindi. Pero kailangan din respetuhin ng Bren Esports ang response ni D, kasi ang sakit ng damage ng Yuzong na to.
Kuya Reptar, si D talaga, man. Laking problema nito para sa Bren Esports. Flap TZ, kaya tumagal. With the flicker out, ina-absorb siya essence, pero hindi na kaya depensahan pa. Papabayaan muna ang bot lane. Hindi kaya tumagal. With the flicker out, ina-absorb siya essence pero hindi na kaya depensahan pa. Papabayaan muna ang bot lane turret pero hinahanting na siya ang dalawang miyembro pa ng Bren Esports.
First tower na naman ang napunta dito sa Burmese Schools, and yung execute na ginagamit dito ni D is hindi niya ginagamit na pang-kill lagi eh. Minsan ginagamit na niya ng pang-burst lang talaga. Para sa umpisa na pagpasok niya, i-execute ko kagad or at least babawasan ko konti and then mag-execute. Hindi ko hinahanap yung kill. Yung habol ko dito is yung burst damage dun sa umpisa.
Nakakatakot lalo pag nadikitan niya. Itong Farsal, sabi nga natin actually way before, mahirap talaga mag-Farsa pag may Yuzhong ang kalaban. Dahil pag nag-start ka ng feathered airstrike, halos ikaw lagi ang tatargetin, ikaw ang hahantingin.
Yung Black Dragon form na yun, yung dragon habulin talaga yung ibon. And yun yung nakita natin, and that's what we've been seeing. And Few right now, tinutulungan si Carl Tizzy mag-manage ng wave sa taas. Topside rotation para sa Burmese.
I think for Bren Esports, despite them locking in that third turtle of the game, they really just still want to invest in Doc Ribo. They still want to make sure this 1-1 gets there. It's because they could have really called for 1-1. They could have said, hey, we're going to pick a fight here in Turtle. Please help out. But no, they just said, okay, you farm up, you make sure that we make it to the late game, and we'll just make sure that we win or just don't die as often. And now here's an Imperial Justice starting it off.
And he goes for the Blazing Duet just in time before he got stunned and Lusty. He's finding these Imperial Justices on the Claude. But in terms of follow-up, we don't see it.
I mean, Lusty is just taking the opportunities as they come. Luckily, he's getting out without getting punished too far. But like you could see on the minimap that like everybody, Rebo, Cardizi as well, even with the space escape, could not catch up to it. There was just too much distance to cover.
Oh my goodness, and we are probably seeing Burmese Goons. They are close to just getting this series win, but Bren Esports don't count them out. Rebo is still their insurance policy, and this is going to be the weakness finder for Rebo. If I'm not mistaken, this would be the weakness finder, and this is going to hurt once we hit the late game.
Yeah, and more importantly, it just allows him like, oh, I don't have a corrosive scythe, that's fine. I can still run you down the moment it procs literally once or twice. It's not the most fun in the world, but as you can see, the game is slowly starting to progress in a way that Bren is actually quite happy about. All right, you're literally, what, 2K ahead of me. No big deal. As long as it's a 2K margin, one fight, we can turn it around, get our power spike, and then look to fight you later on.
Yep, and I don't think they even need to win fights. They just need to survive fights and just live to see Doc Ribo with that MD, all right? Like, this is exactly what it feels like to have a doctor in your family. It's going to take a while. The studies, don't get me started. That's a decade plus. But,
Housemanship too.
yeah, exactly, right? But when you get there, oh, wow. You got a doctor in the family. It's all good. But right now, they have to hold strong, man. Because the first floor taken in here by Burmese Ghouls, not even 10 minutes in. Again, imagine the pressure crashing down onto your base. If they're not smart about the defense, they're getting penetrated real soon.
And they have a lot of long-range punish. See that? The time bomb, the reverse time, the abyssal trap, the abyssal arrow. There are a lot of things that Burmese Ghouls, they can use these things as a way to punish Bren Esports. If Flap goes in, they can just turn on Flap and just punish him. But then again, if you're seeing this, Few isn't really the target of the Black Dragon form in terms of D just using it.
I mean, not anymore, especially when you have Kid on the watch, and as well as Ruby DD, either or could look to try and pressure Few whenever he does start dropping that feather airstrike. So right now, Bren is just looking to fight at the right place at the right time. While Burmese Ghouls, they're just looking for picks, consistently sieging them under their turret. Kid, he's gonna jump in and out whenever he feels like it. And with Lord knocking at their door, what choice does Bren have?
Look at this, Lusty almost getting hit by the arrow, and this is the push that Burmese Schools wants to go for, and the Blazing Duet just deals so much damage. Flap is forced to go away, and Flap goes down. That is going to be the D with his phenomenal Yuzhong play, and they get the turret onto the middle lane. Will the turret on the top lane go as well? And
everything, it's all about Bren Esports making the best decisions, the least worst for them, right? Because already they are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and what they need to do right now is just stop the bleeding. So far, mid getting penetrated here is definitely the worst that they can have, but at least what they can hold on for here is, again, Rebo is slowly building up. He has not died yet, and if you can bait out the ults from Burmese Wolves, maybe at least waste one Black Dragon form from D, then I guess you're on the way. We are sitting at 12 minutes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and Kid
There,
here.
like this,
Oh,
like this.
maybe will be the target, and Flap trying to go in for Kid. Kid gets away. Abyssal Arrow gets thrown out. Rebo gets hit, but he has the ability to just cleanse himself from these disables.
And right now, I mean, the clock for Bren Esports is 6 minutes. If they can't survive for the next 6 minutes from here on out, Burmese Gold should easily take this game, because in 6 minutes' time, that's going to allow Bren Esports to hit at least the 52K mark, and then the goal doesn't matter. Everybody's at full items, and then you're just trying to execute better than your opponent.
And as you can see, D there
Oh.
trying to go for Carl Easy. He has the Winter Truncheon, and that is going to be the punish. Predator strike in the middle of everything. Flap Easy trying to tank as much damage as possible, but there's going to be the time journey in the middle of everything. It protects people. Bren Esports falling one by one. Lusty is the next target. He dashes in back to base. Carl going in. He doesn't have the hat trick, and that is probably going to be it. Rebo trying his best. Oh! And Ace still here. Lusty trying to go for the stun, and they live to fight another day.
Yeah, but they've really crippled Bren at this point in time, and what I thought was going to be 6 minutes might have just extended to 7 at this point, and it's the clock is ticking, and I don't think they have that kind of time anymore.
3 for 3 in that last clash. Of course, I think it's still good for the Burmese Ghouls. They did take top lane, and they still maintain pressure on bottom. What I'm seeing here is the fact that I think all of Bren Esports have agreed that we're not getting much mileage from Carl TZ, so you start building defense. I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't be surprised, none of us would be surprised if after his Winter Truncheon, he builds something towards the likes of another defense item, because I think they really are going to go all in onto Rebo, and that's essentially what's happening here. 1-0 in 4, Rebo just picked up his Queen's Wings, and so far they did well to just bait out the Black Dragon form. They do that maybe one more time, and maybe in a more successful area, maybe even steal for this Lord right now, then we might see that 7 minutes pass by.
I might want to see Bren Esports here fight as a team, because the thing that they're doing, but hold that thought, Ruby DD gets the kill on view, and that only means Burmese Schools here have free reign of the Lord. Bren Esports, they are forced back, but D here, he is going to cut Rebo and Lusty, and Flap Easy will be their target. 2 members from the side of Bren Esports go down. Lightning Truncheon goes to Kid. And if you're a Burmese School fan, you're really happy right now that this is happening.
Yeah, this is just a huge win for Burmese Ghouls. I mean, Lusty, he can't walk in. Cartesi can look to try and make something happen, but oh no, he got hit!
Gets hit. He gets hit. Karl has a Winter Truncheon. Lusty trying to bail them out, but Rebo here can only do so much. The Abyssal Trap will bite him in the end. He will go down. Few is up. They can probably defend this with the Predator Airstrike. And D just trying to cap close at the last possible moment. Crossbow of Tang. Kid goes down. D is way too tanky. Rebo's trying his best to stay alive. Burmese Ghouls take down Rebo. Flaptizi and Few they are alive and they are ready to defend. But will it be enough as Burmese Schools also take the Luminous Lord?
Slow golf clap for Doc Rebo. He lasted, what, 30, 45 seconds more than any other 1-1 had business doing so. He popped the crossbow of Tang at the very right moment, and right now that just bought Bren Esports time to have another hero come in, respawn, so it's 4 defenders now going up against Luminous Lord, and here comes D.
And look at this, the Lord right now is just going in. Ace with a blazing duet. It takes down a lot of people for the side of Bren Esports. Few trying to go for the Predator Airstrike. It will take down the Lord, but does that even matter? As Burmese Ghouls head straight for the crystal, and they just finish it.
Wow, what a game! What a game, and it looks like the fans were right. The extra .6 made all